Okay, welcome back. This is still module 1. This is video 2. We're going to continue reading The Riverbank, part 1, from The Wind in the Willows. This is fine, he said to himself. This is better than whitewashing, he added, as he jumped with delight at the joy of spring. In this state of happiness, he made his way across the meadow till he reached the hedge on the farther side. It all seemed too good to be true, as moving hither and thither he observed everywhere birds building and leaves and flowers busting forth. He thought his happiness was complete when, as he meandered aimlessly along, he came to the edge of a full-fed river. There he stood quite mesmerized, as never before had he seen a river. He watched in awe as it shimmered and shined, gurgled and burbled, swirled and curled its way seaward. So bewitched and fascinated was he that he trotted for a while by the side of it. Eventually, exhausted by this tremendous effort, he sat down on the bank to rest. As he sat on the grass and gazed across the river, a dark hole in the bank opposite, just above the water's edge, caught his eye. Mole quietly contemplated what a nice, snug dwelling place it would make. As he gazed, something bright and small seemed to twinkle like a tiny star down in the heart of it. But it could hardly be a star, and it was too glittering and small for a glowworm. Then he looked. As he looked, it winked at him, and so revealed itself to be an eye, and a small face began gradually to grow up round it, like a frame round a picture. A brown little face with whiskers. A grave round face with the same twinkle in its eye. Small, neat ears and thick, silky hair. It was the water rat. The two animals stood and regarded each other cautiously. "Hello, Mole," said the water rat. "Hello, Rat," said the Mole. "Would you like to come over?" inquired the rat. "Oh, it's all very well to ask," said the Mole, rather grumpily, he being new to a river and riverside life and its ways. There's the glowworm they talked about. A glowworm is a wingless beetle that creates and gives off a bright light. So remember, Mole was looking across at the dark hole, and at first he thought it might be a glowworm, but decided it was too small to be a glowworm. The rat said nothing, but stooped and unfastened a rope and hauled on it. Then lightly stepped into a little boat which the Mole had not observed. It was painted blue outside and white within, and was just the size for two animals, and the Mole loved it immediately. The rat sculled across, then he held up his forepaw as the Mole stepped gingerly down. "Lean on that," he said. "Now, then, step lively." And the Mole, to his great delight, found himself actually seated in the stern of a real boat. What do you think the word scold means? Scold. We'll come back to that. "This has been a wonderful day," said he, as the rat shoved off and took to the sculls again. "Do you know, I've never been in a boat before in all my life." "What?" cried the rat, open-mouthed. "Never been in a... You never... Well, what have you been doing then?" Is it so nice as all that? Asked the mole shyly, though he was quite prepared to believe it as he leant back in his seat and surveyed the cushions, the oars, and all the fascinating fittings. Nice. It's the only thing, said the water rat solemnly, as he leant forward for his stroke. Believe me, my young friend, there is nothing, absolutely nothing, half so much worth doing as simply messing about in boats. Simple messing, he went on dreamily. Messing about in boats. Messing. Look ahead, Rat, cried the mole suddenly. It was too late. The boat struck the bank full tilt. The oarsman lay on his back at the bottom of the boat, his heels in the air. We're going to pause here. I asked the question early on. What do you think the word scold means? And the second question is, what do you think oarsman means? Okay. We're going to post those questions and then we'll come back in video 3 and answer them.